Hello everyone, it's Gabriel.
And Quarantine. And today we're back to explore a house with a very creepy past.
We've already had the chance to explore a mansion where terrible things happened. Indeed, a mansion where there was a murder. We're back today to explore a mansion where a child was found dead.
The story that took place within these walls was simply atrocious because it had been hidden for many years. And when it was revealed to the public, really all of America was shocked and deeply shaken.
On top of that, it's not just any kind of murder, it's the murder of a child. So that obviously makes it even more disturbing. And the story we're about to tell you is completely true.
So it all starts when we arrive in a small, quiet American village, where everyone has their own little house and garden. In short, nothing out of the ordinary. When we reach the abandoned mansion, the atmosphere shifts as we sense something creepy. We can see how vegetation has slowly overtaken this abandoned mansion over the years.
We've known about this mansion for a long time, so seeing it in person is meaningful. It proves it's real, not just a legend, and that its story is real too.
Okay. We don't want that falling on us, you know.
So we're going to climb over the fence, move through the grass and tree trunks, and arrive right under the porch of that house.
The porch of that house will become especially important when we share the story of what happened there.
There you go. So here we are on the famous porch. That's where we met up with Jack. We had to meet up. What is it? Is it...
Even though a lot of houses are abandoned in the neighborhood, we don't want to get noticed by the few neighbors who are left. We're going to circle the mansion right away to find an entrance.
We're going to go around to the left, right, I think?
Left or right? There, it looks complicated. Yeah. That's intrusive. I think a neighbor is right there. It looks complicated. Yeah. Clear. Looks like it, yeah. That's surprising.
And so now we're going to enter a house that at first glance looks pretty empty, since you should know it was abandoned during a change of ownership, because that's when the crime was revealed to the public.
This is surely one of the houses with the darkest history that we've ever explored. It's complicated because something happened. Oh, okay, yeah. The house may seem really ordinary at first glance, and you might think it looks like all the houses we've explored so far, but not at all.
This is the story of this house. It's really to be at the beginning of a golden era.
Yeah, nice. Good thing we're not here at night, huh? Yeah, that's good. The strong wind from the American-style island. A fan in every room.
Why are we exploring a house that was left abandoned after renovation plans? Actually, the tragedy happened at the time when the ownership of this house changed. And the house was abandoned after that.
Indeed, we'll realize that there is brand new drywall that has been installed. The paint was just about to be applied, and we'll start wandering through this abandoned mansion with chills running down our spines.
That's why it smells a bit like fresh paint.
Yeah, and there are buckets and stuff everywhere. Small restrooms, big restrooms. We don't see any restrooms.
The rooms, they look very similar. Both of them have the same color, the same quality.
Yeah, the small water heater, that's the second one we've seen. There's a fan, one in each room.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's the only thing they got involved in, I would say. That's the one I would say. We also took a short walk around the neighborhood when we arrived, which was impressive. It's not the only abandoned house, just the one with the darkest story. But there are at least 10 abandoned houses. Here, it's off in the living room. Well, there are still some supplies left. It's not much, but
I think we're going to try to open it.
what kind of supplies do we have? Some snacks for kids?
Time for Abend.
That totally fits the story. Snacks for kids. I think those were the famous books. Which books? The adopted child's books? That's very possible because none of this is in an adult format.
As we explore, we'll find the first signs of the past. I think we're here at the right time to start telling the story within these walls. We're discussing a child because a tragedy involving one happened in this house. But first, to put things into context, a couple lived here who adopted a child named Alan, and he lived here for several years until he mysteriously disappeared. And the parents always said that this child went to join his friends in Florida, but his body was never found. And that's pretty much the whole mystery surrounding this house, because when the house changed owners, the new owner decided to do some renovations, especially to the porch in the front, which we're going to see right now. And this porch here, he thought he wanted to change it, to try something new. He found Alan's body underneath, which had been there for 9 years. And it turned out that, in fact, the couple had brutally killed their adopted child and had left the body here, wrapped in a Disney comforter, for nearly...
9 years. That's a terrible story. It gave me chills when you told it, man.
Well, that's rough. You think this kid, if you're adopted, you've probably already had a difficult childhood. And on top of that, it ends very early when your parents murder you. Yeah.
So after that, in harsh conditions?
On top of that. We don't have all the details, but all the articles talk about a very brutal death. So I don't know what this person dared to do.
After that, the new owner probably didn't want to live here.
Which is understandable. And so this house was left abandoned. I think he got some money from the insurance because of that to help him find another place to live and all. That's why it's just under $200,000.
That's why you see signs of work, like paint marks. The renovations had started.
That's right. He began renovating the house and realized this while working on the porch. But anyway, this house has been abandoned for a long time.
After exploring the ground floor, we went upstairs to search for remnants from the past.
So probably when the child was discovered, there was nothing left but skeletons. Well, his skeleton, and that's what's horrible. You have to realize that really there was no one who could care about him because his real parents didn't know him. Or he was dead. His adoptive parents knew they had killed him, so they didn't want to know where he was.
They were lying, you see.
And his friends in Florida?
They didn't exist.
Florida is far away. There's still carpet. Actually, it's nice. This place?
It feels like a child's room.
It really feels like a child's room, or a playroom, you know? Yeah.
Actually, there is a closet. What is it? Oh, it's the attic space. There's a bit of light coming in. Oh, that's creepy.
Yep. Attics are always creepy.
Did you see how many screws are on the floor?
Oh, yeah.
What happened?
Oh, there must have been a box of screws that fell when he was doing the renovations. When he was shocked to learn what he had discovered. You have to tell yourself, imagine, you're Mark, right?
2003 World Champion Barbecue Cooking.
That's really so American. And you have to think, imagine, you know, like, you want to make your wife happy, you buy a new house to start your life.
Yeah.
And then you find death under your porch.
At first, you might think they're animal bones, but you could even find a human skull.
And when you find the human skull, you say to yourself, wow.
Yeah. The only instinct, I think, was to call the police.
An investigation to carry out. You call the police right away. I think they quickly made the connection. Yeah.
This is the first bathroom we've seen here. Yeah, wait, I'm telling you, there wasn't one.
Their bathrooms are small here.
Unlike yours, which was pretty big, that's what it is.
You can really tell that they had started renovating and were beginning to picture their new life here. And that everything stopped overnight, they left. But honestly, you can't live in a house where you discover a child's body.
Yeah, that's the end of a dream.
Well, for obvious safety reasons, we won't go out on the terrace.
Look at the house across the street. And that one too, completely abandoned.
Honestly, I think if I put one foot on that deck, you can rename the channel.
I'm asking if, well, you see,
We saw the house on the left was abandoned too.
we had a lot of abandoned houses. Do you think it was abandoned because of that story? People wanted to leave the neighborhood.
I don't know if it's possible.
You know,
It's possible. Many theories exist. Still, that neighborhood has many abandoned houses.
it fits the idea of he was always smiling. I never would have thought that about my neighbor.
That's always the kind of stuff that comes out.
He was just an ordinary guy. He was adorable.
We trusted him. We were at the neighborhood party. I had him watch my kids, you know, on weekends. I had barbecues with him all the time.
I think that's
Really, that's
kind of a cliche story, but still it's carpet, second bedroom. That seems less profitable with a fireplace.
And here, yeah, some sort of antechambers.
Yeah, which is connected to the place with the terrace. I feel kind of uncomfortable being here.
It's too much. I really think that at night it's a whole different atmosphere.
Absolutely, especially if you know the story.
After taking a full tour of the second floor, we're going to discover that there's a room we hadn't found until now. An attic that was starting to be renovated. Oh. Didn't we check this door?
No. Oh. Oh, this is making me anxious.
The attic of the house? They had planned to add another story up here.
It's filled with fiberglass insulation.
I'm unsure if we should continue. Honestly, I don't want to, but no.
We won't cry, but look,
Look, there was a bathroom that was built here. There must have been a bedroom that was supposed to be on the left.
everything was ready.
They started putting plaster everywhere.
Oh yeah. Everything was ready, man. Like they had all the drywall installed, all the insulation.
It was a really creepy place to explore, so we're not going to stay a minute longer in this spot that was once a crime scene. We're going to get out of here and move on to our next spots.
Thank you for watching. I hope you liked the video. This one was a bit darker than usual. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. See you next Saturday at 6 p.m. for a new video. This was Gabriel and Quarantine. Bye. The only remnants we found in this house were the little children's books that were left behind.